Hello everyone, I'm LailaSimcha. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I pray this blesses you. Now let's get into this video because this is a really good one. Let me first start off by saying that I had a very difficult childhood, and you will be able to listen all about that in my very first testimony video, which I highly suggest you watch before this one. So if you're watching this now, just pause this, go to that video. It will be linked in the description down below and you will get context, okay? You need that context for this video. So as a direct result of my home situation, I was not a very confident person. I did not have a good sense of identity. I didn't know where my true identity came from. In fact, I had decided to attach my sense of identity to personal achievement, more specifically academic prowess. So I loved school. I couldn't wait to get to school and prove how smart I was. I couldn't wait to get an A on a test. I couldn't wait to hand in my homework. I couldn't wait for any of those opportunities. I was constantly receiving praise from my teachers about how well I was doing academically, and a lot of people took notice of that. I was constantly put on the pedestal as this golden child in a lot of my classes, and people did not like me for it. Let me tell you, that was a struggle. That's for a different video. But so I had to be about 7 years old, so I was in the second grade, and I would always come to school with a big smile on my face. That was just me at the time. And, you know, people with that jealousy and their own personal aggravations and things didn't like me. They had issues with me. So I come in like my normal self with this big grin on my face, and this boy comes up to me and he's just like, oh no, we can't have this today. So he decides he wants to come up to me and say, why do you always have a smile on your face? And the way he said it, I just knew there was like a negative nature to the question. So me, you know, all of that stuff went right inside of me. Anything negative, just like I internalized it. But outwardly, I just brush stuff off, make people think, oh, you know, I'm not affected by it. But I so was. It hurt me to the core of my being. Those little things could easily affect me at that age. That's not even to say that my age was the primary factor in why I was so easily influenced by these negative things. It was more about, you know, the seeds that were planted or the lack thereof. I needed more good seeds to be planted in me at that age. It was such a pivotal time for me, and I did not have that. So I was affected. And you know what? From that point on, I did not smile in school. I did not smile anywhere. I did not like my smile at all. There was nothing wrong with my smile. I just didn't like it anymore. My family can tell you I would not smile with teeth in pictures. I would do this little fake smile. I could not crack a genuine smile anymore because I internally was convinced my smile wasn't beautiful. I was convinced that I shouldn't smile. I was convinced that I had no reason to smile. You know, looking back, I went a full 9 years like that, you know, wouldn't even hardly open my mouth to speak because I didn't want people to see my teeth anymore. And it's not like, you know, the boy didn't say you have an ugly smile. He didn't say you shouldn't smile. Even if it was a negatively charged question, it was a question. You know, he might have had an attitude, but it was just a question. And at that point in time, I didn't have the fundamental tools to answer that question in a reasonable manner. I did not know how to conduct myself. So internally, I developed this coping mechanism, which was avoidance. If I can avoid having this sort of conflict, this sort of, you know, negative feeling, then I will. So my avoidance was just to not smile. I didn't realize that in trying to avoid this conflict by choosing not to smile, I contributed to my own misery. You don't know how miserable you are until you cannot even fix your cheekbones to crack a smile, a full, genuine smile. I contributed to my own misery. The enemy had me trapped. But God. Oh, my sophomore year of high school, I hadn't even hit my light bulb moment for Jesus yet. But I was starting to look at myself outwardly as well as inwardly. But I started to like what I was seeing on the outside. And one of the first things I realized I liked about myself was my smile. I thought, you know, why have I deceived myself all this time to think that my smile is not beautiful? I'm fearfully and wonderfully created in the image of God. You know, we all ought to think that way about ourselves because God says we are that way. So at this stage in my walk, I realized I genuinely did love the Lord and did want to live a righteous life, but there was no fire and passion inside of me for the Lord. I would do little things here and there, but there was nothing consistent about it. There was nothing burning inside of me, like there is right now. But I was led of the Lord during this time to write out this prayer and read it every morning as I went to school. This was about 3 years ago. I do not remember everything that was on that prayer, but I do remember quoting, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And then I would say I'm beautifully and wonderfully created in the image of God. And I would just say those reaffirming things that grounded me in the word, in that I was planting seeds and I was asking the Lord to uproot those negative seeds that were planted earlier on in my life. And he was faithful to do it. He heard me. Diligent or not, he heard me and he answered. Out of his love, his kindness, his mercy towards me, at that point in my life, God just uprooted those things from me. I was still, fighting that internal struggle of being insecure about other things, and every day the enemy's in my ear, and I wasn't grounded in the Lord enough to combat those things entirely. But I am thankful that I can say I am confident in myself and who I am in the Lord at this point in my life. I'm called, I'm chosen, the Lord loves me, I'm the apple of his eye, and nobody can take that from me. It doesn't matter what anybody else has to say, what negative questions they have. I'm now equipped to combat those things and combat them mercifully. I'll be like, okay, this person has something going on and I need to help them. They decided to cross my path and try to spew that negative stuff on me. All right, you're going to get saved today. You're going to get Jesus today. You're going to get the word today. Okay, and let me tell y'all something else. Every single day, I kid you not, every single day as I press in, the Lord reveals more and more things that are written in my heavenly book that tell of who I am in the Lord. And he shows me more and more things to love about me because those things are like him. They're his intentions for me. They're his original plan for what I was supposed to be like. The purpose of this video is just to share of the goodness of God in my life, my testimony, what he's brought me through. This may be for you, but maybe it's for your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mom, your dad, whomever you feel led to share this with. But I just pray that you do decide to share this with someone else and that you comment down below if you have any prayer requests. I will always take prayer requests. I hope you guys know that and take advantage of that, because if you have need, the Lord is faithful to provide. The Lord wants to see you come into the fruition of his original design for your life. This is not just for me. This may be my story. It may seem sad to some people, but this is a story of victory for me. This is a story of triumph for me. This is such a blessing. I love my smile now. I smile all the time. In fact, you know what? Side story. If you guys didn't already know, I like Chipotle. I go there enough that they know my face when I come in there. Anyway, so I got my confirmation while I was at Chipotle yesterday. I come in there and I noticed people kind of staring at me. They already know who I am coming in there, so I'm like, okay. So I get up there, order my food, and then this guy who isn't even working to make the bowls says, hey, I just gotta say, every time you come in here, you have the most beautiful smile on your face. So I believe this then prompted the girl who was working the cash register to chime in and say, you have such a beautiful smile. And I was just like, you know what? Thank you. It's the Jesus in me, because I know that I know that I know that I know it is only by his grace and his mercy that I can smile the way I do, as often as I do at this place in my life. So they were caught off guard by me saying that, but they were receptive. They received what I said, and to some degree, they understood what I meant by that. All glory is due to God for my testimony. And I'm just thankful that he gave me that confirmation just a day before I decided to sit down and record this video for y'all. It is so good, so strategic of God. He always blows my finite mind to his glories and how he can work out specific situations that are tailored just for me. And he can do the same for you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to me if you want to hear more from me about how God has blessed my life. I am more than willing to share as I'm led of the Spirit. Please give me feedback, email me. All of my information will be linked down below in the description. Just let me know how this blessed you. That is a blessing to me if this blesses you. So I will be prayerful for you all. Thank you all so much again. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to click that bell and turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time I post and you do not miss a single video. I will be posting a few more freebies, so be on the lookout for that as the Lord leads me. And also, just reach out to me. I want to know about what God is doing in your lives, so comment down below a time you were going through something and you couldn't crack a smile. Just let me know whatever the Lord leads you to share. Shabbat Shalom.
But you call me lovely, you say I'm